After what seemed like months of endless harassment from my in-laws, I'm back. We've been relying heavily on our chipper this summer, trying to get rid of some brush piles. And one day I was chipping and the muffler just flew off. You know, that's not good. And as you can see here, a little bit of metal fatigue. And even though our chipper is just a few months past warranty, the service department with this company has been excellent to work with, and they agreed to send me a replacement part anyway. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to unbox this, and then we are going to go ahead and get it installed, and we'll make sure everything's working good. Recommended that we take the gas tank off, so we will do that first. So I don't know how many of you are into power metal, but it's been a sad couple of weeks now after finding out that Glory Hammer released their lead singer. My oldest son and I are big Glory Hammer fans, and if you never heard of them and want to give them a listen, I would suggest my favorite song of theirs is The Fires of Ancient Cosmic Destiny. It's a really good song. My father-in-law loves them. He, I think he was a bit emotional as well when he found out the news. He might have even shed a tear. You know, he was on his way to trying to find his way to the bowling alley, I guess. Maybe that was a different story. I get them confused. I'm a big power metal fan, so that's a little sad. Another band I like to listen to is Beast in Black, a good power metal band. Got a bunch of them. Listen to power metal. Why don't you shoot your recommendations in the comments below. Should be all we need now. Let's see if we can get in there. This is the remains of my utility knife after running it through the chipper. As you can see, something you don't want to put your hands near. After I had been chipping for about 20 minutes, it started making a horrendous noise and shooting sparks everywhere, at which point I decided it was in my best interest to shut it down and investigate. I tore the whole thing apart, and my initial reaction was that the main bolt that was holding the chipping unit onto the motor shaft had turned loose because it was loose, but then when I finally got it out, I determined that it had actually snapped off inside the motor shaft. I told my dad about the situation, and he invited us over to use his shop and offered to help us work on this project, so we were able to bring it over to him. While he was working on getting the bolt extracted out of the motor shaft, I began tearing apart the main assembly, trying to repair any damage that was there, as well as sharpen the chipping blades, which hadn't been sharpened since we bought the unit. The sad thing is that it would have probably helped had my hole been perfectly centered because it wasn't.
Well, that's why I kind of angled.
Oh.
Well, it was getting it more, little more centered. Yeah, that worked.
Once the bolt was extracted, we began turning our attention to the fan blades on the main chipping assembly because they had been bent and were rubbing against the outer housing and caused some damage there. So we bent them back, and then I took a grinder and ground off the metal that had been bent over so that it was basically back to the original shape they were in to start off with. Alright, well, my dad helped me out. We got the bolt extracted, and we made a trip to the hardware store and got the hardware that was required, at least the hardware we think that we needed. So we're going to go ahead and reassemble this, and hopefully this is the last time I have to tear this thing apart. wait for tomorrow for the thread locker to set up and then give it a try. My wife and I looked back through our archives to try to find some either videos or images of the original pile. This is the best that we could come up with, but originally this pile was probably 5 feet tall and it was a huge pile. It contained all the branches that were from the original clearing of the site. So as you can imagine, for clearing for a house, this was quite a large pile of branches, but we were happy we were able to get this done. That was one of our goals for this summer, and it was all in thanks to this chipper. I realize all this is being recorded, but I don't care because it's not going to be on there.